Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life According to Nikki. Today, we have my friend Ashley with us.
Hello, everyone.
Ashley is going to take us through all things Disney today, okay? Would you classify yourself as a Disney adult, or are you like, I'm not one of them?
I would, but I would say there are positive and negative Disney adults.
Ooh, what do you mean by that?
I would say there are those of us who are closeted Disney adults. Like, you meet me and you wouldn't automatically think like, oh, she's obsessed with Disney and this is all she's going to talk about. And then there are those people that you're like, oh, they're obsessed with Disney and that's all they're going to talk about. And I would classify that as positive and negative. Like, you can be friends with me about other things than Disney.
You know what? That is actually so accurate. You are a closeted, but once we get in the closet, then it's like, holy crap.
My closet is big. Yeah. My closet is large.
Are we kidding? Oh my gosh, I love that. I love it. It has lots of memorabilia and tons of amazing tips about Disney. Which is why I'm having Ashley on the pod, because I am taking a Disney trip, and I was like, you know what? I need to consult someone. I need to consult an expert. And we will talk about, you know, how many times you've been to Disney and all of the things. But up first, we need to discuss how we know each other.
I moved into the neighborhood of sorts. Let's see, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Or more? And we actually met when we were going to church. Nikki is really good. You guys have heard this on the pod if you've been listening for a while, that she's really, really good at introducing herself to people and making friends that way. So it was like my first Sunday, you walked up and you were like, I haven't seen you before. Who are you? And I was like, hi. And we were just kind of inseparable after that because she's just electric and magnetic and I love her. Oh. And I remember the first week we met, I have one of those little, like, write a sentence every day for a year journals.
Cute. Yeah.
The question was, like, who did you meet this week? And I was like, oh, I met my friend Nikki, and she's so nice, and I love her. Yeah.
That's so tender.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
It was so cute. I was looking back through it. I was like, aw.
That's so sweet. Well, thanks.
I mean, you're welcome.
I do that. If you're at church and I don't know who you are, get ready, because I'm coming towards you. I don't know. I feel like years and years and years ago, I had this, like, epiphany. I think it was something, like, God was, like, telling to me, you know, where he was like, freaking shape up. I was at church, and I was upset that no one had come to talk to me.
Yes.
Because I was in a new ward, and I had been in that new ward for, like, 3-ish weeks, and, like, no one had come up to introduce themselves. No one knew who I was. No one, and I was like, this ward is full of super big jerks, and, like, no one's nice, and I was so freaking butthurt about it, and I was like, I don't want to be here, and I felt very upset by that, and then I had this very profound revelation. It was like a reprimanding, you know? Basically, the gist of it was, why are you expecting everybody else to come to you when is the last time you went to somebody else?
Fair.
And I was like, that's not my job. I'm new here. And then I was reminded that it's a lot easier for me, just personality-wise, that, like, this is not hard for you. And it can be very hard for other people.
Yes.
And so it's going to take more for somebody else. And there's people that have felt like how you're feeling right now for way longer than 3 weeks who don't fully have the capacity to turn the other way and, like, introduce themselves. Like, they need somebody to come introduce themselves.
Because, like, the first Sunday I went, when you introduce yourself, because I'm an extrovert, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem making friends. I knew I would make friends. But sometimes you just don't want to make the first move.
Absolutely. Especially when you're new.
Yeah, so when you walked up, I was like, this is going to be good. We like this. This is gonna work.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need that, like, one person, extroverted or not. Like, sometimes it is nice to be approached. It is nice to not have to put in that effort yourself.
To feel like you're being welcomed instead of having to insert yourself, kind of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Ever since that, like, super big reprimanding, I've been like, okay, you know what? You right.
It
is easier for me. This is not a hard thing. It takes almost no effort for me.
Yeah.
To introduce myself to somebody, to see somebody new, like.
Well, and you're so good at it.
Oh, thank you.
You really are. I mean, it's seamless. Someone new walks into an activity, and I notice them, and I'm like, oh, I'll get around to talking to them, which maybe is a personality flaw in me, but I see you, like, eagle eyes. Like, you see them, and you're over there. Like, we could be in the middle of a conversation, you're like, be right back. And I'm like, oh, I need to be more like Nikki. I need to make people feel welcome in the moment, not when I get around to it.
You're so sweet. It's just more like I don't want my heavenly parents to be like on my back, because they will be. They'll be freaking on me, being like, I'm sorry, I sent my child in that room.
And
where were
saw
you?
them.
You clocked them.
But you didn't walk over.
Yeah, honestly, it comes down to that, where I'm like, I'm asking for a lot of help in my day to day, and God's like, so happy to help you with that, but where you been at?
Yeah, for real. For real.
You've been asking for my spirit to give you instruction, but he gave you an instruction back in that room, in Relief Society room, and, like, you did not answer.
Uh-huh.
What's making him think that I'm gonna, like, listen to something else, you know?
And again, not to get on a tangent, Nikki and I can get on tangents real easy.
So fast.
But I feel like it really is sometimes a give and take, and people don't really understand that. They're like, God's just going to give me everything I want because I asked. And it's like, no, babe, you have to do something for him too.
Yeah, like, exactly. It's a relationship.
Yeah. It's not, it's a 50-50, 100, or 100-100, because, like,
I love that.
He's going to give you everything he can if you show him that you're willing to help him too. Because it's very much God helps those that help themselves.
Yes. And I also think that it's not limited to just you. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I think anytime that you are, like, truly, truly blessed and, like, given what you want, it usually has that ripple effect of affecting so many more people than just you. Because our heavenly parents are thinking in the grand scheme, right? Mm-hmm. Like, yes, I'm going to help you, but by helping you, I want to make sure that that's going to impact a lot of other people too. Mm-hmm. Your joy is going to be expelled on everyone else as well.
Yep.
You know, so if you're just only thinking about just you and you're not looking outward, I think it is more limiting. I think it's harder to see, you know, signs of, like, is anybody helping me? Is God even real? It is easier to see it through action, and usually it happens, at least I found in my case, when I'm helping somebody else. When I'm on his errand, then all of a sudden, oh, look at that little blessing.
Right.
That miracle.
And we have very much combined your two podcasts in this conversation. I love it.
Yeah.
We've gone very gospel. I love it.
Okay, but you know what? We'll come back out to secular. Ashley, what have you been watching?
I will be honest. This is being recorded in December, and one of my other personalities is I'm a Christmas freak.
Ooh.
So the minute Halloween is over, like I'm talking November 1st at 12 o'clock.
Yes.
I am Christmas all the way. So I've been watching a lot of Hallmark movies. I got sick about a week and a half ago, so I binged like all of the Santa Claus movies, all of the things. Yes.
Oh, those are so solid.
I have rethought my thoughts on that. So I've always loved number one. It's the nostalgic movie.
Yes.
It's the classic. We love number one.
Yeah. We stand.
Second is number two, but very close second, because I love his like love story with Mrs. Claus. It's so cute.
Oh yeah.
But child me loved number three.
Yeah.
Loved number three. And when I rewatched it, and this wasn't even because I was sick, I just rewatched it and I was like, this isn't good. It's not funny, and I love a good Martin Short. I love him.
Yeah.
And I think he did a fabulous job as Jack Frost, but like it's not good.
You know what? Valid, because I haven't seen them in so long, and it is rough going back and watching like the child nostalgic movies that I'm like, wow, I really thought this ate when like this was just salt and pepper on some potatoes. Like,
for real.
Not even butter.
Like, be so for real. The makeup was great. The acting was great.
Yeah.
The story is trash. It's not good.
What is the story of the Jack Frost again? He tries to take over, right?
Yeah, like the whole movie is him trying to take over Christmas, and he succeeds at one point. Right. And then Tim Allen's Santa Claus has to like switch everything back, and he does it so seamlessly, and it's like there's no real struggle. He's just like, oh, immediately I've got you. And it's like, I mean, we couldn't have put a little more into that. And then there's this whole side plot about Carol, his wife. She's super homesick, and he has to bring up not only his ex-wife and her new husband and their daughter, but like her parents, and there's so many side plots that it's just like, no, let's not do this. Let's stop.
So what you're saying is watch the first one.
Yes.
But if you're going to really have a critical eye, don't go for 2 and 3.
No, I love 2. I say go 2 and then stop.
Okay.
Now, non-Christmas, I've kind of been rewatching. I'm in this lull, and I feel like a lot of people are, where there's nothing like new and exciting coming out. So I've been, like TV show wise, I've been rewatching New Girl because we love New Girl. And Gossip Girl I was watching for a while.
Ooh.
But I've gotten to the point in the show where I've lost interest.
What season?
I think I'm on season 4 or 5.
That's when I lose interest.
Yeah. Because it's just like,
it's too much.
Louis has come in, Chuck and Blair aren't a thing anymore, and it's like, ugh, I can follow, but why?
Exactly.
What's the payout for me? What's in it for me? Nothing.
I think we need to be asking ourselves that question more often.
Right?
Like, in our media consumption, are you getting a payout?
Really, though.
If not, if you are just here for the ride and you're not even having fun, girl, give up.
Yes. Yes.
Girl.
There's so many shows. Like, I've been thinking about, I don't think I'll rewatch it, but I've been thinking about Vampire Diaries.
Oh, yeah.
I binged that show.
Same.
I got to season, I don't know, what is it, 7 or something?
When Elena dies?
Yeah, where I was like, no, the payout's gone. I'm over it.
Yeah.
And I guess that's when they introduced, now don't quote me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think that's when they introduced like Enzo and all those people. So when people online are like, love him, I'm like, oh, I didn't watch that.
Well, and then because they were introducing like the originals.
Yes.
Right?
And that's when I broke off and watched the originals. Because
Did you?
I loved that show.
Really?
I did. I didn't love Legacies or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
I started watching that and I was completely bored. But the originals, loved.
Okay.
I did. I am in it though. I am an Elijah girly.
Ah.
Oh my gosh, I could watch that man on screen all day, every day. Klaus also kind of has it, but like...
But the morals of Klaus?
Yeah, that's what turns me off.
I couldn't get past.
Yeah. Marcel is kind of the same way. It's like, for certain scenes, I'm like, man, you're it. And then other scenes, I'm like, nah, bruh. Go away. No one likes you. But anyways, that's one I've been thinking of because it's kind of resurfacing. I think they're doing a couple spin-offs or they're doing like reunions or something.
Oh.
So I've been seeing it all over my TikTok. So that's been on the mind, but I haven't been watching.
Okay.
Yeah. Avalon High.
Oh, I never watched that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You want a cheesy movie, but you'll love it. Are you into like King Arthur's Court?
I mean, not necessarily, but like I could be. I could be persuaded.
It was a fascinating topic for me when I was a teenager. I just like, there's a thing about me where I feel like some fantasy lore or fairy tales have some aspect of truth.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I know there are some people that like die on the hill that King Arthur was real and the whole thing was real and blah, blah, blah. I don't know that I'd go that far, but I think aspects of it could be real. Anyways, we're getting off topic.
Okay.
Greg Sulkin was like a teen crush. We love him. He was in Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm looking up. He was he was Alex's boyfriend.
Yes.
In Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I heard he was going to be in Avalon High, I was hooked immediately. Didn't have to see a trailer. I was going to watch it.
Yep.
And the way I watched this movie so many times, you have to watch Avalon High.
Is it a movie?
It is a movie. It's a Disney Channel movie. It is cheesy. Acting is not top tier. But it is so good. Avalon High, I would rank that, okay, realistically, I would probably rank it like 7 or 8. But like my teen brain was like 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with this movie.
Okay, you know what? I love a cheesy Disney movie night.
Oh, it was so good.
You know what I mean? A little Lemonade Mouth.
Oh, yes.
A little, High School Musical. Although High School Musicals do slap in a way that
they do.
nothing else
so
can.
Good.
But like a little Descendants.
Oh, we love Descendants.
Specifically the first one.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I could get down with that. You know, but you're going into it specifically for a cheesy movie night. Ooh, Motocross.
Oh, see, I
like that one.
I didn't like Motocross because I had a thing when I was little where if a character got hurt it, like, very internally bothered me to the point of, like, panicking.
Oh.
So I couldn't watch that one because I saw the trailer and he wiped out and I was like, no. Same with Johnny Tsunami. Couldn't do it.
But yeah, no, I'm down for like a cheesy Disney movie night if we know that that's what we're getting into.
We definitely should watch Avalon High together. I love Avalon High.
I'm down for that. Anything else that you'd like to mention for the people?
I don't think so. Not in the terms of watching. Honestly, it's been a lot of Food Network also. Just Christmas Food Network. Oh, I lied. One last thing.
Please.
The Harry Potter baking show. Wizards of Baking. They've released it on Food Network. The Weasley twins are hosting it.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah. And they're bringing in guest judges. So last week was Luna Lovegood.
Ah!
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And the stuff they're able to pull off. I mean, some of them are subpar, right? But a couple of them have been show-stopping. I mean, just incredible things these bakers are able to do. And it's just so entertaining.
You know what? I am into Harry Potter. I'm like meh about baking, but I would watch this just for them.
Oh, yeah.
What an amazing idea. Whoever came up with this, they were really thinking.
They really were.
And it's all Harry Potter themed.
Yep. So there's like 6 baking teams, and they all have the same general topic. Like, it'll be the Dark Forest, and then someone's going to have to do like a boggart, and someone's going to have to do like a Patronus. I mean, just such creative things.
That's sick.
It's so good.
Okay, you know what? That's actually going on the list
You
right
should.
now. Like,
You
for
should.
real, I will watch that.
Because, I mean, there's like holiday baking championship and cookie championships that I really love watching, but that one I think you'd love.
Yeah, because normally, it's not stimulating enough, a baking show for me.
Uh-huh.
But I love a good cupcake wars. Mm-hmm. You know, I've watched my fair share of Nailed It, Cake or Reel or something like that. I haven't gotten into the British baking show. It's just a little slow for me.
That's fair.
But I see why people like it. I think what we need to remember about me is I am not a TV in the background kind of person. I am watching TV
intentionally.
Very intentionally, like to be entertained.
Yes.
So that's where the baking shows, because I'm not a baker, like, honestly, my place isn't in the kitchen. I don't care what society tells me. Me in an apron? Nah, babe. Actually, can I tell a quick story about me in a kitchen last week? So I went to go fry an egg, all right? And I went to go flip it. Instead of using the spatula, I was like, oh, I'll be all cool and, like, flip it like the chefs do. Bet y'all can guess how that went. Because, again, we are barely making it by with how to make an egg, all right? Like, that is probably my limit in the kitchen. It's like being able to boil some water and make an egg. So I go to flip it, instantly flies out of the pan and onto the burning hot burner.
No.
And I was like, oh!
And then you've got the smell.
Yeah, oh yeah, but then it's like burning actively, and so then I grab a rag, thinking I'll just like, whoosh, swipe it away, you know?
No.
But then the second the rag touches the stove, the rag burns onto the stove. Because it had like it was one of those like microfiber-y ones.
No.
So anyways, so now I'm like, shoot! So I'm like trying to clean it up. And it gets settled. I turn off the burner. But now I go to the next burner to make an egg. And me being the idiot I am, I go to do it again. Thinking somehow
it's going to work this
time. And once again, I flip the egg, or attempt to, and it falls out of the pan and onto the stove.
No.
And at least this time I didn't burn the rag onto it. But my roommate is, like, literally sitting there watching me do this whole thing, laughing hysterically, like, girl, what are you doing? And I was like,
sad.
And me just being like, I don't belong here. Like, I shouldn't be in front of a stove, okay?
Like, this is not my thing.
This is not my place. I'm trying my best here. And after the whole stove cooled off and everything, I had to then get a special cleaner to get the microfiber off. Spend so much time like scraping off the residue. It was awful. And then the next day, I went to warm up my soup. I just put it in a saucepan, thinking like, it'll be fine. I'm just gonna put it on low. Burned to the bottom of the pan.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
This is why food companies exist. Like HelloFresh, Citrus Pear. I am their consumer. They are solving my problem.
Yep.
And this is why I do that. But because I don't find any sort of joy in the kitchen. I get that some people have that. I mean,
I am one of those people.
Yeah, there's whole like shows on it, and I love that for those people. But I'm like, could never be me. Has never been me. Probably never will be.
I do royal icing cookies. I do gingerbread cookies. I am much more a baker than I am a chef, but I enjoy both. But yeah, you've seen my stuff, so I enjoy it. But I also relate to the, sometimes you just don't have time, or you don't have energy, or you don't have desire to do it, and it's like, then it's miserable.
Right. Yeah, it's never fun for me though. It's always miserable.
It's always miserable.
You have actual talent. We will post we'll post on Instagram your cookies. Okay.
Okay.
Amazing.
You're so sweet.
10 out of freaking 10. They taste so good too. I've also eaten them, but like they are beautiful and artistic and such an expression of creativity. Mm-hmm. That's not what's happening to me in a kitchen.
Could never be you.
Yeah, no. I'll facilitate. I'll eat your food. I'll go. This is so good. Like, you did such a good job. But
gold star.
Yeah, I'll give away those all day. But yeah, no, cooking not for me. So watching entertaining shows about cooking, that's why I don't stick with them.
Yep.
Because it's like meh.
But the Harry Potter, one's a game changer. My mom loves it, and she hates cooking, hates baking. Hates it. If she needs something to give away to the neighbors for Christmas, it's, hey, Ashley, can you make me something? Because I won't be doing it. It's a no from me.
That would be me.
Yep. But she loves this show.
Okay. I think that will end us on our What Have You Been Watching segment. Okay, we have now arrived at our main topic, which is the Big Mouse himself. Michael Mouse, as Bethany once referred to him, which I have loved ever since. Today, we're going to be discussing really what I should be doing at Disney in my upcoming trip. Basically, we're going to do a live planning sesh. We are. And then, hopefully, by doing my planning session, you all can get some great advice as well. But ultimately, this podcast is about me and about my experience in life.
And what she gets out of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what am I getting? I'm getting a free consultation.
Quick side note.
Please.
So Nikki and I worked together for a brief stint also.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that.
We did. We forgot to mention that.
A brief stint, an entire year.
An entire year. And it was fabulous. But we have a mutual coworker who came to me and said, Ashley, I'm going to Disneyland with my family. This is not a choice. We're going. And I said, okay. And she said, I'm paying for everyone to go except their food. And I was like, wow, that's so generous of you. And she goes, I need help. I have not been in 10 plus years, blah, blah, blah. She goes, I reached out to Disney and they quoted me $3,000 for a consultation. I said, immediately no. Immediately no.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? So she was like, I need you to plan my whole vacation. I said, I got you, babe. Give me 2 days. And I went over and I did this whole Disney night with a PowerPoint, and I was wearing ears, and my mom came and we had all the merch and all the things, and her sons were there, and they had a fabulous time. So I will say there is a slight disclaimer for the pod that I have some tips that I will keep tucked under my little Disney wing. I will share a lot of things, but I will not share everything. And there are lots of people that don't share that same mentality that have shared those tips online. So if you want to go up and above what we talk about, there are many blogs online that will give you all of the hot tips and tricks. But there is my disclaimer.
Also, you also gave me an additional disclaimer, which I'm really excited about. Because you said that you will not lie and say that you like a food if you don't like it.
100%. Here's my biggest thing with Disney adult influencers.
Do tell. Because you listen to how many podcasts on Disney stuff.
So here's the thing. I'm a snob with Disney podcasts. Mm-hmm. So I have 1.5 that I like.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
But you've tried a lot.
I've tried a lot. And there are good episodes on podcasts that I really love, but not all of the episodes. But there is one podcast. Now, there's even a disclaimer with this podcast, but the Backside of Water podcast goes into Disney history, which I really love.
Ooh, okay.
Because Walt Disney, the man himself, his whole journey to get Disneyland built, I obsess over. I have cried many times, and I'll go into a couple of them, but just the history and the lore behind Disneyland, I love. So there were two best friends that started that podcast, and their first 2 years were incredible. I love every episode up to their like 2-year retrospective. Then there's Disneyland for Designers, which I really love because his name is Bricky, the host, and he has an Imagineering friend. So an Imagineer for Disney is like their engineer, but they just make the title more fun.
Yeah.
So he has an Imagineering friend that comes on and they consult about like the Jungle Cruise or blah, 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 and the things that went into it and the fun facts behind it. So that one's really fun. And then there's a bunch about Walt Disney World. That is one thing I've learned is the podcasting sphere for Disney is much more centered around Disney World than it is Disneyland. So, plug for myself, I have decided that in 2025, I am going to launch my own Disneyland-focused podcast. Because I have been innumerable amounts of time. And I have all of these facts and knowledge and all the things. And it's just not very popular to have one based around Disneyland. So that's what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh, yes. And the moment that that's up, it will be mentioned on this pod right here. I'll put on the Instagram if your pod's out yet or like expected date.
Yes.
All the details will be on the Instagram.
Because we have the social pages. There was a project in college that I did where he was like, make a podcast or make a this or that. So I have all of the handles already reserved. I have the name hashed out. I know what I'm going to do. I've just never launched it.
Can we know the name? Or is that a surprise?
We'll have it be a surprise until
Okay.
I launch it, just so no one can,
no one can
swipe
steal
it from me.
Yes.
Yes. Because I have not launched the pod yet.
And just to give credentials, how many times have you been to Disneyland?
I have been roughly, and I say roughly because we sat down and counted it all up, but we're not sure it's an exact number, but we think it's about 522 individual days at the parks, which is
amazing.
over a year and a half of my life.
Which is crazy when you really think about the fact that you don't live in California.
Yes, and people always ask me, like, how did you go that many times? Like, hotels are so expensive. My dad is from Southern California, so his parents live 30 minutes north of Anaheim, or lived. My grandparents have since passed away, but his brother still lives there. So we just went and stayed with family and caught up with them for a day or two and then spent like 4 days in the park. We had years passes twice. So that's where we racked up a lot of our individual days. But if we were to count like individual park entries because of park hopping and all of that, it would probably be in the thousands at this point.
Wow. I am so excited for your Disneyland podcast. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be so fun.
And I feel like this right here is just going to be like a tease of what people can look forward to.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let me outline my trip. And then basically we're going to turn it over to you. And you're going to tell me what I should do.
Perfect.
I'm going to be there for 4 days. 2 days, it is going to be my mother and I, the angel herself. We are going to take it slow. We're going to take it chill. We are going to focus on going to see some shows. Kind of like doing the parts of Disney that often get skipped or overlooked because you're, going for the rides. That was something that when I lived in China and I was going so frequently and we would just go for like 3 hours, 4 hours. I loved pin trading and just like having a relaxing afternoon and like going somewhere to eat. So for the first time ever, I got reservations to eat places. So I'm going to need your food recommendations.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, some things to do around the park that aren't fully like ride centered.
Yep.
So we're going to have a relaxing 2 days. We have 1 day in California Adventure and 1 day in Disneyland. Then my sister-in-laws are all coming to join us for a little girls trip.
So cute.
It's so cute. Especially because I didn't grow up with sisters. So this is really fun. And all my brothers are married, so, I'm the only single one in my family. So it is fun to just, like, have
the sisters.
Yeah, the sisterhood. Because even when I bring someone in, it will be a man, so he can join the bros. But anyways, we're going to be doing, like, rides. And my sister-in-laws are, like, the rope drop to close gals.
They are me.
They are, like, hardcore. I don't know if I'm going to do the rope drop, to be honest. We'll see. We'll see how I feel.
We'll see.
But then once again, we're going to do a day in California Adventure and a day in Disneyland.
Okay.
I will say, just to be fully transparent and honest, so in the past, I've been able to get the DAS pass, which is like the disability pass, because I cannot stand in lines. That is like maximizing what is so hard for my body to do, because yes, it is easier for me to typically stand than it is to sit. So I can't just like sit in a wheelchair all day because that's going to be really hard on me. Mm-hmm. But then still standing, like just being upright, that's also really difficult. So actually what's best for my body is movement. This is why at church, I always have to make sure that I am in the back. Like I can't just like stand in front of somebody because I'm going to drive them crazy.
Right.
Because I'm moving. Uh-huh. I'm like pacing. I'm walking. Like I need movement in order to like really help with my pain. But like stagnant standing and also having no back support, nothing to lean up against, that's really hard for me. So lines in general are a nightmare for me. So because of that, in the past, I've gotten the DAS pass. Now, of course, for a lot of people, as they know, they have switched the DAS pass criteria. And I had my interview because you have to like get approved and stuff. I'm very lucky that what I need is going to be accommodated. I don't have the DAS pass, which is like basically a lightning lane for every single ride.
Okay.
But that's not really what I was like. My thing is I just can't stand in line. So they have a few different things where like my sister-in-laws can stand in line and I can do like a re-entry. So like when they're at the front, then we can meet up with them.
They'll expedite it. Okay.
But then there's also a couple other things where I can get a time to come back, basically like a lightning lane.
But for rides that don't typically offer them.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there's like 3 different options that allow me to not have to wait in the physical line.
Now tell me.
Yes.
I know line waiting is hard, but up to how long? Because for those that don't know, Disneyland wait times can vary from, 5 minutes to like 175 minutes or more.
Anything more than 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm usually pretty good for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
And I always have a wheelchair when I'm at Disney. And I use the wheelchair more as a walker than I do like sitting in it.
Just something to lean on.
Yes. Something to like have pressure. And then if I do need to sit, if my legs give out, because sometimes like my back will spasm and it just depends on like how I'm doing, then I at least have something to sit in.
Yeah.
But typically just standing, I can stand in a line for 20 minutes.
Okay. And is it like stand in the line for 20 minutes and then I need to sit down for a minute, or I can go do another 20 minutes?
No. See, now I need a break. Okay, so Ashley, what is up first on my agenda?
Okay, so I had to consult my mom and my sister because one thing to know about me is if I'm going to Disney and I'm paying the astronomical price that they're charging for people to get in, I will do everything. And I will do it quickly.
Yeah.
If there is a line that shows 20 minutes or more, you will not catch me in it. You just won't. I will not wait. I think the only thing that I will wait for, 30 minutes or less, I would wait for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
I would wait for... See, Peter Pan's one of my faves, and I won't even wait that long for Peter Pan. I just won't. There's one way I will ride Peter Pan, and we'll get into that. So, I had to consult my mom and my sister because they are I can go in and I can get a snack and I can people watch and sit for a bit. No, I will get so antsy that I will get angry. Because I'm like, I am wasting time and money. There is nothing I could be doing that I hate more than sitting on a bench. I don't like it. I hate it.
Yeah.
But they gave me like their ideal day.
Perfect.
And then you can kind of insert. Now, what I thought was fascinating is the way that they do it in terms of geography of the park is very similar to what I do when I do everything. But it's just like taking their plan and inserting all the rides that you would have skipped otherwise.
Gotcha.
So I thought that was pretty fascinating. In my opinion, there's a right way and a wrong way to do the park. If you start in Tomorrowland, babe, you've done it wrong. You've done it wrong. You've wasted so much time. Whether you're being chill or whether you're fitting everything in, you've immediately messed up your day.
Why?
Never start in Tomorrowland. Because there's nothing in Tomorrowland that you can't do later in the day, especially if you have the Lightning Lane Multipass, which is like the Fast Pass system. There's never anything in Tomorrowland you can't do later in the day. So starting in Tomorrowland is a complete waste of time.
Gosh, okay.
Now, there are 2 routes, if you will, that I enjoy. And it vastly depends on whether I'm rope dropping or not. If I'm rope dropping, you can start in Fantasyland.
Okay.
But you have to be willing not to elbow kids. Never hurt anyone. This is not my advice, right? But, like, you better be willing to haul to get to whatever ride in Fantasyland you want to ride. For me, that's Peter Pan. Because in any given moment during the day, Peter Pan will have a 75-plus weight. And it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's one of my 2 favorite rides in that entire park, but it is not worth it because that ride is like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. Waiting 75 plus minutes for it is horrible.
Yeah.
Because you're brushing up against all the sweaty people and the ride queue is not any fun.
Yeah.
There's nothing to look at, there's nothing to do, and you're just sitting there for an hour and a half plus, and it's just not worth it. But if you rope drop and you head straight for Peter Pan, you can usually get on it in 5 to 10 minutes, tops. But that is the only way I will ride Peter Pan. Otherwise, I would say Peter Pan is not worth riding. Now, there are people like my sister who think Snow White is the best ride in Fantasyland. I disagree with her, but she is entitled to her opinion. So, if, there are some people that want to start their day with Snow White, and they have redone it. So it's no longer Snow White's Scary Adventures. They've renamed it and rethemed it. So it's now Snow White's Enchanted Wish. And there's this big fairy tale ending, and it's got twinkly lights everywhere, and it's super cute. It's not as scary for kids, so I think that was a good redo. But typically, that is not what my family does. And we have written out for you a Disneyland day and a DCA day for you.
Yes.
So we'll just kind of run through those,
Yes.
and you can ask questions as you have them.
Perfect.
So, my sister said for her chill day, she will not arrive before 9 a.m.
Yep, same.
The park can open at 8. She will arrive at 9. No questions asked. Now, for Disneyland, right as you enter the park, you go to the right side. There are 2 entrances after that main plaza, because there's the main plaza with the Mickey flower arrangement and the train station. And you can enter on the left or you can enter on the right. If you enter on the right, there is a Disneyland gallery and Disneyana, which has like Disneyland memorabilia. They'll have seasonal exhibits, the Haunted Mansion. They'll go into like the history of the making. So if you're into Disney history at all, then that's really fun to go through. They have one of the park benches that Walt Disney sat in when he thought of Disneyland. They have one of the carousel horses from the carousel that his daughters were riding when he thought of the idea. They have the original, like, diorama of Disneyland and some of the original park entry tickets. I mean, that is where I nerd out, right?
Yeah.
But I don't often go in because I am okay, what ride are we riding?
Yeah.
But if you just want to go through, like, the Disneyland lore and
Yes.
the start of it, I would say go to the Disneyland Gallery. It's really fun.
Okay.
It's
and
really
is it
fun.
like tours that are given by people, or it's self-guided?
It's self-guided. You just
Okay.
walk through. It's generally where they host Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, which is currently closed and will be closed when you're there probably, because they've announced that they are going to do like a seasonal switch with that show. They're going to keep Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, but they're also building a Walt Disney animatronic that's going to run you through his start to Disneyland. And so the show there is going to switch.
Oh, cool.
So it's closed currently, but it's in the same building as Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Okay.
So at that point, get on a Main Street vehicle. This can include the fire truck, the horseless carriages, the horse-drawn carriages, or the omnibus. Now, my 2 favorite are the omnibus and the fire truck. The omnibus is a double-decker bus. It's all open windows unless it's raining, and then I think they have screens that can come down. I like to get up on the 2nd level of the omnibus, and the views of the park as it drives you down Main Street are so pretty.
I didn't even know this was an option.
Yeah, a lot of people overlook them because they're just things that are in their way as they're trying to get to rides, right? But all of the tracks that they have down Main Street are for the horse-drawn carriages. The omnibus has tires, so it can just drive around it. Same with the fire truck. But like the fire truck, Walt Disney used to bring VIPs into the park, load them up in the fire truck, and he would drive them down Main Street. So there was one time my dad pulled a few strings and got us in the Disneyland parade, and we were able to ride in the fire truck. And the way I sobbed the entire parade route, like I was waving, I was smiling, but I was sobbing because I was like, he drove it and I'm in it. Like it was so good.
Gosh. Okay, wait. How do I hop on these buses?
Yes. So right outside the Disneyland Gallery is usually where they do pickups. So it's like the train station and that whole little circle around the flagpole, or in this time of year when you're going to be going where the Christmas tree is. And then they will drive down Main Street and drop you off in the circle right around the partner statue in front of the castle.
Okay.
So it's not a very long ride, but it's very fun. We recommend that you get breakfast at one of 2 places. So you can break off and go to Tomorrowland and go to Galactic Grill. They have breakfast sandwiches, breakfast wraps, French toast sticks, etc. Or you can break off to the left if you're looking at the castle and go to Jolly Holiday, which is my family's favorite restaurant. There, we love to get the breakfast croissant. It's so good. It's got eggs, cheese. It's so yummy. But with Jolly Holiday, I never recommend waiting in line. I recommend mobile ordering. Always.
Okay.
So mobile ordering is really nice because you can pick the time of day you want to go to said restaurant, and you can order within the app what you want, drinks, all that stuff. And then when the time comes, 5 minutes before or right at that window time, you can say, I'm here, make my food. And then they'll just call you up to the window when it's done, and it's just ready for you.
Nice.
My favorite treat in the park is the red raspberry macaron from Jolly Holiday. If you like fruit, if you like raspberries, and you like macarons, that is a 10 out of 10. The other macarons in the park are not as good, I will be honest. And this is where Nikki was saying, like, I won't lie to you about food. I have Disney influencers that will get on and will say, like, oh, the holiday macaron, 10 out of 10. Nothing wrong with it. Babe, I tried it last year. It tastes like toothpaste. It's not good. It's really bad. I would give it like a 2 out of 10. It's not good and definitely not worth the price. But the red raspberry macaron has never disappointed. It's always been good.
Okay.
But what I will do, because I don't really feel like it early in the morning, but whenever I get there, 9 a.m., whatever it may be, I'll get on the mobile ordering window because they will run out of those by noon. So I will get on and I will say, okay, I want it at 2 p.m. So I will click the mobile ordering window for 2 p.m. Say you want a red raspberry macaron, and they will hold one for you until 2 p.m.
Shut up.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that. They're like, oh, when they're gone, they're gone. Same this time of year with the Mickey gingerbread men. They will run out by like 11 a.m. If you want one for 6 p.m. while you get on the train, you just mobile order one for 6 p.m. and they'll wait. They'll hold one for you.
Really?
Yeah.
That is such a hot tip.
It really is. Because people are like, oh, they're gone. I didn't get one. Oh, no. But, like, they will hold one for you if you mobile order it early in the morning.
Oh, my gosh.
At least I've never had them say, like, oh, we're out. Because I placed it early in the morning, so they just hold one.
Okay, amazing. Keep going.
Amazing.
These are so great.
At that point, you can go over and do Snow White if it's under 30 minutes and the canal boats. You get in this little boat and they take you through like these mini dioramas of all of the fairy tales. And it takes you through like Monstro's Mouth from Pinocchio. And it's this cute little ride. It's made for kids.
Yeah.
But I've ridden it a couple times. It's fun. It's cute. It's very chill. Or you do what I would typically do and start in Adventureland and do Jungle Cruise first, because that can get a heavier weight during the day. And usually in the morning, it's like anywhere from 5 to 20. So it's not super bad. So I will start with Jungle Cruise. And then in the morning, get on the Mark Twain. So the Mark Twain is the river boat that they have on the rivers of America. And it will just do a big circle tour on that boat. And it's very chill. There's chairs on it. You can sit down on the bow and just take in all the views from the park. And it's so pretty. There are 2 best times of day to do the Mark Twain. It's mid-morning and at dusk. But the last ride is at 5:40. So if you want to ride it at night, it's not really a thing. And then from the Mark Twain, go over to Pirates of the Caribbean, which before 2 p.m., is usually going to be a 20-minute or less line.
Okay.
After 2 p.m., I have seen them put up additional ropes on the main walkways because that ride can get up to 50, 60 minutes. Wow. And it's a fun ride. It's one of my 2 faves, so Peter Pan and Pirates.
Okay.
But it's not worth waiting anything longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Then there are shopping districts after Pirates where you can go through, like, there's a perfume store and there's, like, Pieces of 8 and all the like pirate-centered merchandise, and then there's like the bougier shops, like the Crystal Shop and all this stuff. It just looks like you're shopping through the streets of New Orleans. It's really fun. From Pirates, go get beignets and mint juleps or Harbor Galley chocolate chip cookies, which I have not had, but my sister and brother-in-law swear by them. They get them every time. It depends on your tastes, but I really like the mint juleps.
Okay.
Okay, so from there, you could ride Haunted Mansion, depending on the line.
Yep.
Now, I will give you specifically a trypophobia warning because it's Nightmare Before Christmas right now, and the patterns they have on that ride are all over the place. So I could see you getting really visibly ill with a couple of them.
I love that you know that about me, and I really appreciate the warning.
So
I'll let you know if we end up, because I might
Yes.
not do it just for that.
Especially because I know, like, your thing with holes and dots,
Yeah.
they're everywhere. So it's like, just be conscious of that.
That's so good to know. Okay.
Yeah. I asked my sister and my mom, I said, where would Nikki have trypophobia? And that was the first thing that came up, was
so
Haunted Mansion.
That is literally the most considerate thing ever.
Yes.
The fact that you, like, put my phobia at the forefront of your mind, I really genuinely appreciate that.
Because nothing would ruin a ride more than you getting sick.
Yes.
And I feel like that ride, specifically with the overlay it has right now with Nightmare Before Christmas, that would not be good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That
So.
is so good to know. I see, guys, Ashley's the best. She is absolutely the person you want planning your trip to Disney.
Oh, you're so sweet. And then second option was then you could get on the train and you need to ride at least some point during the day. You need to ride from New Orleans to Main Street, if not the whole loop, because there's a hidden diorama that Walt Disney put in there, and it's so fun just to see, like, the animatronics back in the day, because they're still fairly original. It's just fun. Since you are interested in shows, here's the bummer about Disneyland and California Adventure. A decade ago, the emphasis on shows was heavy. It has since kind of dissipated. So there aren't tons of, like, shows to go see, but they currently have the Christmas Fantasy Parade happening, and it's one of my favorites.
Okay.
The route will go from the Mad Hatter on Main Street. It will pivot at Pixie Hollow, and it'll go past Matterhorn and the Teacups back to Small World.
Can we just take a second to recognize the detail that you have gone into? Like, literally looking up the route of these parades, I am obsessed. And I'm just, like, getting more and more convinced that your podcast is going to be, like,
It's going to be so fun.
The best, like, Disneyland resource podcast.
Yep.
Because, hello, you know your crap.
Oh, yeah. For the earlier parade route, it starts at Small World and ends on Main Street. Then they hold the vehicles there for a few hours. And then they go back to Small World, and that's where they store them overnight. So that's how we know the parade routes, is they start at one point, end at another, and then start at that point and end back at the original point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay, sorry, keep going. That just had to be mentioned.
Good. Now, another hot tip, if you're walking down Main Street during a parade or during park close or anything like that, cut through the shops on Main Street. They all connect. So you can walk through one store and it will go to the next store and the next store. So you're not on the main walkways where everyone's pushing each other and shoving and you're stuck for half an hour.
Yeah.
So that's another tip. So after the parade, we would go to Tiki Room and get a Dole Whip from Tropical Hideaway because you can do flavor mix-ins. If you go to the Dole Whip stand right outside the Tiki Room, it will just be pineapple. And they let you bring the Dole Whip into the show and eat it while you're watching.
And then what show am I going to?
So the Tiki Room is an animatronic bird show that Disney initially put in because it was going to be like a dinner and a show type of thing. And then he realized that if he did that, people wouldn't leave their tables and it would just be like a constant crowd.
Yeah.
So it's like a 15-minute show, happens every half an hour, and it's one of my favorite things. It's just so catchy and cute. There's like 4 animatronic parrots that like lead you through the show, and they have this big fountain and a bird mobile, and there's Hawaiian war chants, and it's just so cute. I love it so much. And some of the Disney legends voiced the parrots. So Wally Bogue, there was Thurl Ravenscroft, did one of them, who is the original voice of the Grinch, and Tony the Tiger. It's a fun show. I really like it. I don't prioritize it every time, but it's a good one.
Oh, this is becoming I'm like so giddy and excited about this.
Because this is the first time you've gone to California's Disneyland, right?
Since I was like 8. Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a minute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't remember anything. And this is all the stuff that even if I had gone frequently, I would probably never have done and would have missed. And I'm just so genuinely excited to try all these things that most people probably aren't doing as much, or like I would never do. And I can already tell you right now, like, it's just going to be such a lovely day.
Oh, it's going to be so fun.
If people listen to this and then they want to, like, do this whole day and stuff, because you have it all written down, I feel like you should sell that.
I am working simultaneously with my podcast on, like, a Disneyland guide for beginners.
Yes.
That I could sell but it has to include all of my photos and all of my thing, you know, because copyright is definitely a thing.
Of course.
But it's in the works.
Because literally the fact that, look how well, no one can look. It's a podcast. I'm looking at how detailed this is and like the timestamps and the amount of data that you have here for me of like, do this and then go here and do oh my gosh.
I really could talk about this for hours, and that is just Disneyland. I have a whole breakdown for California Adventure Day too.
I'm telling you, Ashley, you could sell this.
Yeah.
First off, thank you so much for taking the time to be my own personal Disney planner.
You're so welcome.
Okay, if you want these services, contact Ashley, okay? And I'm sure you're going to have a business up and running very soon because
it would be
I think
awesome.
you should.
It would be awesome.
And this was just prime example of what she is capable of and how much knowledge she has. And if you want to know all things Disney, pick Ashley's brain. But not only do you know things about the parks and about the things, you know, the food and all of that, because you are, you know, a Disney adult and you love the history, you love Walt.
I do.
You have a lot of just fun facts always up your sleeve. Like when we worked together, it was always just like, oh, there's like, here's this fun fact about Disneyland or Disney World. Like it was just always like these
always there.
Cool Disney facts. So if you wouldn't mind, do you want to just give us a few fun Disney facts?
Of course. I'll do a couple that are kind of Disney company based and most that are Disneyland based because you're headed there and you can look for them.
Perfect.
So my favorite one to use is, like as a trivia question, is always, what is Donald Duck's middle name? Do you remember? I think I told you once.
You did tell me once, and I do not remember.
His full name is Donald Fauntleroy Duck.
Fauntleroy.
Fauntleroy Duck. That is a fun one because no one ever knows what his middle name is. Love that one.
Can't imagine why.
I know, right? When Walt was building Disneyland, he wanted Tomorrowland to have edible landscaping. So all of the plants in Tomorrowland are supposed to be like the land of the future so you could eat everything that they planted. Still the case today. I have snuck a leaf off of a plant. It didn't taste good. It was edible, but it didn't taste good. But it is a fun fact.
What? I'm sorry. That's insane.
Yes.
All of the plants in
Tomorrowland
are edible.
They are. Yes.
Okay, continue. I actually have no comments on that.
It was
that
like
such a fun fact.
It was like his early vision for what Epcot became because Disney World hadn't been built yet.
Yeah.
And it was like the land of the future, the land of tomorrow. You want to be able to eat everything that you plant. He just loved the concept, and they try and keep it up as much as they can.
Okay, this is random and totally Googleable, but I'm just going to ask you instead.
Yeah.
When did Walt Disney die? When was this?
He died in 1966. So he passed away 11 years after the park opened. So Disney World was under construction when he passed away, but he never actually got to see opening day.
Disney really hasn't been open that long.
Right. They're coming up on the 70th anniversary next year.
So, like, there are people alive today that would remember when Disneyland opened for the first time.
Oh, yeah. My grandma, who just passed away last year, remembered she lived in California, and months before the park opened, they were going door to door asking for donations or, like, investors. Ew. And it was a certain amount of money they were looking for, so my grandma passed on it. But she remembers that she should have invested because it would have made her incredible amounts of money. But obviously, with it being such a gamble, people didn't know if it was actually going to be popular or take off in the way that he wanted. So she passed on it. But she remembers when Disneyland opened.
Was the Disney movies, did those happen before Disneyland?
Yes.
And then he capitalized on those movies?
Exactly. So like Snow White and Peter Pan were original to opening day. The rides. There were a number of movies out before Disney, so Disney, the brand, was pretty established.
Oh, okay.
But people were looking at him kind of like he cracked because he was like, I'm going to make this park, it's going to be great, everyone's going to come, and people were like, yeah, because that's not going to catch on. And it was in Anaheim, which was a pretty remote location. People couldn't get to it easily. There were no freeways built out yet. I mean, so people just thought he was crazy. and he like quadrupled, I think it was, the budget that the banks gave him to build the park. So he was in debt and he had all these things. And if you really look into the lore of opening day, it's fascinating because like the cement wasn't dry. So as you walk through Frontierland, you will see like heel prints from the ladies' shoes or loafer prints from the guys' shoes that are embedded into the concrete because it wasn't dry on opening day. And he also had to pick...
Sorry to derail us. This is
No,
just
you're
so
good.
fascinating.
When the park opened, admission was $1.
Oh.
So like, let's just think about that for a minute.
My gosh.
Because now they've increased it to like $200 per park per day. Insane. A couple other fun facts are, as you go through Adventureland, there's a tree right in front of Indiana Jones where the man that lives in Adventureland lives. And there's a whole little book on it. It's super cute, but they've carved out this little front door landscape area in this tree for the man that lives in Adventureland.
Oh.
There are always like remnants of old rides that they leave in Disney if they can. So there are jumping fish in the lake across from Thunder Mountain that are remnants of Nature's Wonderland, which used to be like a mine train ride. So that's kind of fun. Walt's opening day speech is found in Morse code at the New Orleans train station. So if you're waiting for the train in New Orleans and you hear the little dots and pecks and all the things, that is Walt Disney's opening speech in Morse code. That's some of the fun facts around the park. Some of. There are many.
That's what's so cool to me is just how many Easter eggs there are. The forethought of people like him that just make everything about their vision into an experience.
Oh, for sure.
It's amazing to me.
He was so good at that. And I think
so cool.
the fun thing to know is that Roy, his brother, always loved him, always believed in his dreams, but didn't always believe they could happen.
Yeah.
He was kind of, in Disney lore, he's kind of the negative Nelly. He would always tell Walt, like, that's not going to happen. We don't have the money.
He's the realist.
Yeah, he is definitely the realist, and Walt was the optimist. For sure. For sure. He only had 2 daughters, but he's got some grandkids alive.
Wow. Can you imagine being Walt Disney's grandchild?
Right. It would be a dream come true.
You're like, slow tear trickles down your face. I wish that was me.
Boo.
Okay, love this. All right, well, after hearing all of these amazing, wonderful fun facts, we are going to switch gears to our final gear, our final destination, if you will.
We've made it.
We have made it.
Full circle tour.
Yes. We're about to leave the park and climb up onto the Matterhorn. Do you like my little Disney?
I do. I love the analogy.
We're gonna climb up onto our Matterhorns and talk about the opinions we will die for.
Yes.
All right, what you got for me?
Okay, we made a long list. We being my mother, my sister, and I the other night.
Okay.
So number 1, churros are overrated. They are, except the Fluffernutter and Senor Churro. Otherwise, they're overrated. Our second one is Disney's original magic is dwindling. It just is. It's the sad reality. The third one is People Mover should come back. The fourth one, Disney merchandise just isn't what it was. You know, 10 years ago, it was prime. The fifth one is Tomorrowland needs a complete redo. It really does. It is the forgotten land of the park. And there are some good rides. Space Mountain's great, but it needs some help. She does. She needs help. The Submarine Voyage is a complete waste of time. Autopia was great until it got its new sponsorship deal. Resellers should be banned from the park. This is my biggest hill I will die on.
Do tell.
Okay, so resellers will take a release of a popcorn bucket or a new Spirit jersey and they will buy 16 to 30 of them. And there's been no limit set on these merchandise items, and they will take them to eBay and Mercari and a bunch of other resale sites, and they will quadruple or more the price. And it's astronomical, and it makes me so upset.
And people buy them?
People buy them, yeah.
For why?
So, like, Club 33 released some Matterhorn merchandise that was exclusive to Club 33 members. And some of the guests and members were buying this stuff in bulk and then getting on eBay and selling the ears for like $300, even though they were $35.
What?
And the backpack is currently going for $600. And the Spirit jersey is going for $400 something last time I looked.
Oh.
Which is ridiculous because the Spirit jerseys already sell for like $80. And the backpacks sell for somewhere between $80 and $90. The ears are $35. So resellers just need to go. I bought this Minnie Mouse Hocus Pocus popcorn bucket one time just for me. I bought one of them, and we saw a lady with a clear garbage bag full of at least 20 of them. And it just grinds every Disney gear in my body because I know what they're going to go do with them. They're not giving them away as presents. They're not selling them at retail. It just irritates me. And Disney could do something about it, and they're not.
Wow.
Disney food is too expensive.
Oh,
it just is. It just is. It's a fact. A lot of the Disney food is splittable, but it doesn't make it better. It's still expensive.
You want to know what I loved about Disneyland Paris?
Yeah.
They were so cheap, the food.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that about Tokyo, too.
Yeah. And, well, it's because people are quite literally not going to pay.
Right.
For the food at that price.
Right.
And it's not as popular. Like, I loved going to Paris Disney. The food quality was incredible because I was in France.
Right.
And it was so cheap.
Uh-huh.
A full meal, $5.
Oh, yeah.
€5. Like, what?
Like, I'll give you my restaurant recommendations on my podcast, but I'll give them to Nikki before she leaves. There is a minimum of $13 a meal. No matter what. No matter where you go.
Crazy.
And it's not always big portions either. I think it's ridiculous. Another one, admission is too expensive.
I agree.
It just is. Peter Pan, in my opinion, is the best ride. But my sister will fight me on that because she says one of the hills she'll die on is Snow White is the best ride.
Okay.
And she also says the castle walkthrough. So in California, you can walk through the castle and go through the story of Sleeping Beauty. I give it like a 4 out of 10 and I do it when I'm bored. She gives it a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
She thinks it's amazing. Characters walking through the park in the 90s, early 2000s was the best thing ever. Let's see. They never should have gotten rid of Splash Mountain. Controversial opinion. I think Tiana deserved her own ride. I don't think she deserved that ride. I think Splash Mountain should have stayed there, and Tiana should have gotten a ride made for her.
Ooh.
It is a controversial opinion, but you know what? They're making one for Coco, so why couldn't they have made one for Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
I wanted to keep Splash Mountain. I like Splash Mountain. That is a hill I'll die on. And then my hills for California Adventure. I did split them up by park.
I love this.
So my hills for California Adventure. I love Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, but they never should have gotten rid of Tower of Terror. It never should have gone. Aladdin was the best stage show they've ever had, and it should have a comeback. Because it was always packed. Always packed. And they got rid of it for why? They've never been able to explain that to me. For why? Why is it gone? So I actually liked when the park was based on California, the state. I miss the California letters out front. I miss the orange stinger. I miss just the branding that was California Adventure.
Yeah.
It's very IP now. So there's lots of Pixar, there's Avengers, there's Cars. I really think the park is due for a rename in the next decade because it's no longer California Adventure. It's not based on California. My sister says Goofy Sky School is fun to ride if you're delusional or you happen to be on drugs.
Good to know. Noted.
Not encouraging drug use, but, you know, it's a fun one if you're not in the right state of mind. Let's see. Soaring Over the World is not great, and it smells bad. It just does. There's like a whole African safari scene that's supposed to smell like grass, and it's just terrible. I hate it so much. The Halloween party that they do, Oogie Boogie Bash, is only good with classic villains. Don't bring in the new guys. We don't want them. California Adventure has the best hotel access. Disneyland hotels are overpriced. That is a hill I will die on. World of Color was better with the original release. Jack Jack Cookie Nom Noms, which is a chocolate chip cookie in California Adventure. They're overrated. They're trash. Bethany, I'm sorry. Bethany is my other sister. She loves them. I think they're overrated. They are garbage. And California Screamin' was better than Incredicoaster. I miss Neil Patrick Harris starting me off on that ride. And the last and final hill I will die on is Disneyland traditionalism is still a thing, even though he said the park will never be finished. I think some of the original things he introduced in that park need to stay there and need to remain untouched.
Wow. Just a quick little round of applause. Those were fabulous. I loved the heart that was involved in that. Like, you can tell that you care about these things.
I do.
You think about them.
I do.
And that's what Hills We Should Die On should be about. It's the stuff that keeps you up at night, and you're like, if one person...
Yes.
Like, I have my arguments ready. This is like the fake arguments that you have in the shower.
Uh-huh.
Where you're like, oh, I got my points ready to go.
And hot take, there are some I did not include because I'll get hate online. But I do have some very controversial Disney opinions that we decided to omit.
At least from this pod right now.
Yes.
But, you know, who knows? Future date on Ashley's Disney pod coming soon.
You could see some more hot takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those opinions, they're going to, as you get more comfortable, they're going to start.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, you know what? Feel free to hate me online.
Go for it.
Go for it. I know where I stand.
You can't hurt me.
I got the Disney magic in me, okay?
It courses through my veins.
Bippity boppity, goodbye. Well, Ashley, this has been absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the pod today. Thank you for planning my vacation. Thank you so much. Would you like to give us our sign out?
Absolutely. Thanks for listening to our thoughts on life, because this has been life according to Nikki.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So what I should have done is mention that I can recite Walt's opening day speech at Disneyland.
Shut up.
I can.
Do it right now.
Okay.
Bet.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
Wow. That's amazing.
I messed up on one word, but hey.
I mean, that's incredible, though. People who don't use IMDb on a day-to-day basis, I don't
understand those people.
Same.
I don't relate.
It is one of my most used apps. Like,
yes.
What do you mean you're not looking up who this actor is? And what everything that they've been in? And what awards this movie won? And, like, who the costume designer was? And the director? Like,
One of my quirks is I know celebrities' names by heart, right? Mm. Some people will be like, oh, that one guy that was in Elf that one time, and that doesn't do it for me. I'm like, okay, there were like 30 guys in Elf. Which one are you talking about? Oh, the one that played the elf. Okay, well, there were multiple elves. Which, you know? So I'm like, are you talking Will Ferrell? Are you who are you talking about?
I like to know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's why, honest to goodness, that's why I put the pictures on the Instagram of the shows that I'm talking about. Because when I'm listening to somebody else's podcast and they mention somebody, and then they don't have it on their Instagram, like, I gotta go Google that myself. And then I've forgotten the name because it was, like, in the first 10 minutes of the podcast, and then I'm at the end of the podcast trying to Google this. Like, nah, girl. I hate when that happens to me, so I put the IMDb information, or at least a picture of, like, what I've talked about on the Instagram. So if you were like, oh, what was that movie that she talks about? Babe, it's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah.
It's so accessible.
Yeah.